Hey there friends, I am so excited about Gina K Design's release night. There is a brand new kit, an amazing free gift, and other really fun products. So let's get right down to the desk so that I can show you what I received to work with this month. Okay, let's get right into those kit products. And the first thing I have here is the Floral Friendship stamp. This one is really lovely because it has nice open florals so that if you want to color them with your alcohol markers or colored pencils, it's quite easy to do that. I really love the font on the sentiments. Your friendship means the world to me. Let's celebrate you. A friend like you is hard to find. Hello, friend, and friends are flowers in the garden of life. That's a really nice one. So in the kit, you will also receive the coordinating die set for all of these florals and sentiments. I love having the sentiment dies to be able to cut those out too. Plus, if you're not into coloring with your alcohol markers or any kind of coloring medium, here you have the stencils. So you can easily take your Gina K Designs blending brushes and blend those florals to life. So that is Floral Friendship. Really love that one. Continuing on with the kit, we have the Gentle Silhouette 6x8 stamp. Really love this one. Gina is so famous for her beautiful silhouette cards. This one is going to be a great one to use. I really love these standalone florals here. I think you could make a really interesting background with those. There are two butterflies, there's some flowing leaves, and a few. I love how these are opposite, so you can do something really fun with those. And then this really great kind of viney branch here. It's really nice. Again, you have some beautiful sentiments. May this year treat you kindly. There are better days ahead. Be gentle with yourself. Sending gentle hugs your way. You are so loved. And then with that, you have the coordinating dies for all of those florals, even the leaves. So if you wanted to scatter some leaves on your background, you have those leaves there, the butterflies, and all of the sentiments. So what a great thing to have. The next product included in the kit is called the Mega Bloom Layering Stencil. Now, talk about a mega bloom. Look how big this is. It is so big. This would take up an amazing part of your card. So all you would have to do is put on a sentiment on this card. And I love that. Sometimes you just need something easy and fun to create. So this is a 4-part stencil. Looks like you have the leaves and kind of like the highlight on the leaves. Then you have 2 for the actual flower. So I'm really looking forward to using that one. It's lovely and big, just as it's called, Mega Bloom. The last item that you'll find in your kit is a free gift, and this one I am so excited about because I really need one of these. It's a 6-inch T-square ruler. This is perfect for all of your projects to make sure that you are, getting your sentiment put on properly, you're centering that focal element in the center of your card. Let me grab a card here to show you. So you would put this on the edge of your card panel when you're creating, and you can see that it's centimeters here. It goes in 1/16 of an inch here, so you can really center that on the card panel, center anything that you wanted to center, or make sure that anything is square. So like it's lined up properly. You don't put your sentiment crooked, because I know that I am guilty of that from time to time. So I am super excited to have this beautiful T-square ruler. I know that this is going to get used a lot, and what an amazing free gift for this kit. Okay, for all of you who love master layouts, we have Master Layouts 19 for you. So this one includes some really amazing frames. You have this scalloped edge frame, so that just that edge. And then you have this really detailed one here that has some eyelets and some scallops. You have a straight frame that fits in the center of that one. And then you have this stitched frame that would also fit in the center as well. Then there is an eyelet circle. The eyelets are on the inside with that scalloped edge, which I really like. And then this border, which I think is really pretty too. Almost reminds me of cogs. Then there are 4 sentiment strips that have those rounded edges, and I really love that because if you wanted something a bit softer, those would be great for that. So this is Master Layouts 19. Lots of fun things on this one. So this is Master Layouts 19. Lots of fun things on this one. The next product I have, I'm really excited about. This is called Crop Circles. And just as the name says, it does look like crop circles. This is a really fun one, very geometric. I'm definitely excited to see what this looks like stenciled in. And I love Gina's art stencils. So this is just another one to add to the stash to give you some interesting patterns on your backgrounds. And the last thing I have here, I am so excited about. These are the Iridescent Gel Pens. Now, let me grab a piece of paper and show you what these look like. These are glittery and they just look gorgeous. I'm super excited. I think this is kind of like Gina's teal here. I'll just give this a try. Let's go in a little bit closer. Okay. Oh, wow. That prints beautifully right out of the box. Pretty. And it is so sparkly. It's hard to see, but there's those little bits of mica in there. So excited about that. Let's see what this teal looks like. And there are 18 of these in this set. They are smooth rollerball tips. Love this. I can't wait to address my cards and write on the inside with these. These are really beautiful. Take a look at that shine. So pretty. So these are the Iridescent Gel Pens. Be sure to add those to your cart. I'm sure these are going to be a big hit. Now that we've looked at all of these amazing kit elements, let's put everything together to create a colorful and fun celebratory card. Here I have the Crop Circle stencil and I placed it on an A2 piece of smooth white cardstock from Scrapbook and Cards Today. I'm going to create this really beautiful warm color scheme here, and I'm going to start with Sunkissed Coral. I love this color. It's probably my favorite Gina K color now. And I'm going to turn my mat. I like my mat at an angle, and I'm just going to start blending in my stencil. Now I'm not going to make it too dark either. So I'm going to go about 1/3 of the way up, and then I can switch to Innocent Pink. And I'm going to start where my Sunkissed Coral is and just work my way up another 1/3 of the way. There we go. See how pretty that fades into that pink? And then I'm going to grab Butterscotch and do the same thing. And this is going to mix into that pink, give a little bit of orange there where they meet together, and finish off this card front. So fun and fast. Okay, let's take a look at this reveal. So pretty. I love that color scheme. This would make a great background for any type of card. Look how pretty that is. Now I've put my blended panel into my MISTI and secured it with magnets. I'm grabbing Master Layouts 19. This is the brand new Master Layouts, and I'm grabbing the stitched rectangle here. I'm going to be creating windows with with the silhouettes from the Gentle Silhouette stamp set. So we're not going to waste anything on here, but I want to make sure that I line everything up the way I want it to be lined up. So I'm going to place this rectangle and just hold it here. You can even use a piece of tape to kind of get it in place if you'd like. And I'm going to select the image that I want to use for the center frame on my card. So this is going to be this flower that's kind of facing right. There are two flowers, each of them facing different directions. I'm going to do this one and put it right in the center. Now, what you'll see here is that you don't have enough on each side to do one more frame on the sides, but I'm going to show you how you can kind of hide that and make it look as though you are overlapping 3 different frames so that you don't waste any of this. Okay, so once I have that floral in place, I am just going to close this and grab my Obsidian Amalgam ink. This Obsidian ink is nice and dark. It's going to create a lot of contrast on here. Look at that. Beautiful. So this is going to be the image in my center frame, but I do want some of the images to be kind of coming off the edge. So I'm going to place a flower right about there. Right there. And then I want another image just on this right frame. So I'm going to go with a butterfly here. So then I'm going to secure this, close the door of my MISTI, pick up those stamps, and get these inked up. Okay. I like to do everything a couple of times just to make sure that those images are nice and dark. Perfect. Now I want to do the same thing on the opposite side, just in the opposite way. So I'm going to place my flower up here at the top so that it can be kind of closer to these flowers. And then I'm going to place my butterfly more at the bottom. So then you have 5 images. I like to do things in odd numbers that are going to be kind of trailing across your card. Now it was important to me to keep these images kind of in the center of my design here, just so I got some of the yellow and some of that sun-kissed coral in here. Now we can cut apart our panel for our card front. Okay, I've grabbed my die cutting machine and I have my frame here from Master Layouts 19. I'm just going to kind of line it up where I want this to cut, keeping that larger floral in the center. And then I'm going to add some tape right here to hold that die in place where I want it. And I can run that through my machine. Okay, there's my center panel. So I'm going to put that aside. Then I'm going to focus on my right panel. Now, don't worry about what's happening on the left here. That's going to be covered up. So you just want to make sure that you get all the way to the edge or as far over as you want to go, just like that. And line up that cutting line with the previous cut line. So just like that. And then I am going to place this. I don't want to cut off my butterfly's wing, so I'm just going to adjust that a little bit and get that in place. There we go. Make sure that my tape is going to hold that down, and then I can die cut my right piece. There's my right piece. And you see how those line up there? Pretty perfect. And then I can die cut the left side. So on the left side, I'm going to focus on making sure that this goes all the way to the edge. My butterfly isn't cut off, and my lines line up at the top and the bottom. That looks pretty darn close. And there we go. And there is the left piece. So you can see you can line them all back up once you get those cut out. Now I'm going to show you what we can do to the background before we put this card together. The crop circle stencil isn't just for stenciling. I am going to emboss it onto the background here to give that background a little bit of interest, because I have these really interesting panels that I'm putting on here, and I want something a bit more tone on tone behind them, but I don't want it to be plain cardstock. So what I'm doing here is I've grabbed my Platinum 6, I have my platform base, and then my platform top. I'm using a shim because I want just that tiny bit of extra space there. I'm going to add some tape here to my cardstock to adhere that to the stencil, because I don't want it to move at all when I'm putting my layers together here. So the stencil is on the bottom, the cardstock's on the top, putting those on top of the shim. Then I'm going to use that embossing mat. This is the rubbery kind of mat. Put that on top. And then finally the thick D adapter plate. So I'm going to put that all on there and run this through my machine to emboss that crop circle design onto my Sunkissed Coral cardstock. Let's take a look. So fun. See how it just adds that little bit of extra something to the card panel? Before I put my die cutting machine away, I'm grabbing Master Layouts 19 again, and I'm grabbing that plain rectangle. This creates a tiny little edge around the stitched rectangle, which I really appreciate. And I am going to cut this out of black cardstock. I'm going to take a cue from Gina here and make that nice black frame around the central rectangle. So I'm adding this center rectangle to the black. It'll give it that nice frame, kind of make it stand out from the other two. And then I've grabbed my card base. Now this is going to be a horizontal card. Trim off this tiny, tiny piece there. There we go. So we just need to adhere them so that they are nice and straight. It's best for me to use my Gina K Designs tape runner here, and I'm also going to grab the amazing free gift from my kit. Now this is exactly what a T-square ruler is for, making sure that things are properly lined up. So I want my left and my right panel to be lined up. I'm going to place them higher up to the top of the card than the bottom, because I want to make sure that I leave space for my sentiment. So by placing my T ruler here and making sure that's flush on the left side of the card, and that's the folded side, I can make sure that I place these so that they are even from top to bottom. Okay, and I'm going to leave about 1/8 of an inch on each side. Perfect. Next, I'm going to add the central panel with foam adhesive, just to help it to stand out. And because of the black frame here, I'm going to stand up to eyeball this, because I want those panels to line up. So those stitched lines are going to line up perfectly, and that black frame is going to cover up the edges of my right and left panels. How pretty is that? I love that. It's like a continuous image, but then you have the center portion really popped up with that black frame. Now the Gentle Silhouette stamp set has some really lovely sentiments, but I feel like that this has a lot of energy, this card. So I wanted to make it a celebration card. So I'm choosing Let's Celebrate You from the Floral Friendship stamp set. This is included in the kit, and it also has a coordinating die. I'm inking this up again with Amalgam Obsidian ink. And I'm grabbing my mini Intri-Cut so that I can die cut this out using the coordinating die. I also have a lot of scrap paper right now, so I'm using that scrap paper to cut a few additional pieces of the die cut alone, just so I can layer that sentiment up a little bit higher. So I want my sentiment to be centered on that center panel, but I don't want all of my layers to be covering that center panel. So I'm going to cut off Let's right where the additional layers would be, just like that. And then I can adhere these layers together. Now I can place the sentiment layer on top. So there you can see there are 3 layers on the bottom, and then that 1 layer just for Let's on the top. Then I can just add a small amount of foam adhesive here to bring it up slightly higher than my center panel. Because this is a pretty flashy card, I thought I would use the Dazzling Diamonds Rhinestones here. It's a great celebration card, and so why not have something shiny and fun on here as well. As I was completing my card, I had a really fun idea. Gina just came out with the new Iridescent Gel Pens, and I thought that these would be so fun to add little highlights, especially to the butterfly. So I've grabbed the gold one, and I'm just going to add little highlights on the butterfly wings here in those open areas. And this is just going to add that little bit of shimmer. And you can do this wherever you would like, but I'm just kind of following along there. I can also do the dots on the flowers here in the center panel. So fun. And this is so easy to do. You don't have to be an artist to do this. Just adds that little bit of that gold highlight. I'm going to do the same over here on this butterfly, and you can do as little or as much as you'd like. I'm going to fill in this area here and this area here. So then it just adds that tiny bit of gold shine. And that's going to finish off the card. Thanks so much for joining me as I used the brand new Gina K Designs release for March 2025. I just love this release. I love this kit, and the fact that we have fun products like iridescent gel pens, a new master layouts, just so fun. Lots of great products to get creative with this month. Be sure to check out all of the products I used to create this card at the link in my video description below, and don't miss these products while they're still in the Gina K Designs store. I'd love it if you'd hit the thumbs up button and share this video if you liked what I created. Thanks so much for watching, and happy creating!